Hello, everyone, and welcome to the popglitz.com entertainment podcast with myself, JaVonni Brustow, as the host. And our panel today includes our very own Teonny Spears. Hi, Teon.
Hi.
And Tygerlily of TygerlilyRocks.com. How are you, Tygerlily?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I wanted to start off with an industry veteran. We have Usher Raymond. He just celebrated 20 years of being on the scene. And as we know, he's the mentor of Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber, of course, has been the center of practically everything from, he's beating up on his drivers, wild parties, egging his neighbors' houses. Usher recently said that he's not really happy about the direction that Bieber's going in, and that he would sometimes punch him in the chest. I don't necessarily know how to feel about that. I don't know if this may be the end of their relationship. I just know that at least we have Usher to blame for bringing Bieber here, since he's the one who discovered him on YouTube. What do you all think about Usher's role in Bieber's life?
Well,
I feel like he's been missing. Sorry.
It's okay. You can go ahead on and talk.
Okay. Sorry about that. I just feel like he's been missing until now. Like, where was Usher when Bieber was pissing in kitchens at restaurants and before the racist remarks that he's made as far as using the N-word and things like that? I feel like Usher's only speaking now because he's promoting his tour and everything, and so now he wants to come out and speak on Bieber, and I feel like there's been so many different antics that have taken place over the past, I would say, just 2 years, and a punch in the chest, okay, whatever that means. I don't know if he means it physically or just, saying that he takes him and basically says, listen, you're messing up. Yeah, that's what I think, but you never know. I do know people that do use the punch in the chest physically, but I just feel like for you to be a mentor, what are you really, you're not really doing anything, and it just feels like you're saying something now because you're promoting, your album and your tour and things like that. But, I mean, Bieber, he grew up right before our eyes. I feel like he's made some mistakes, just being a child star. I don't really care, about him too much just because he's younger. I'm not really into his music or anything like that, but it is kind of annoying to see all of these different antics play out, and no one's really pulling him aside. It seems to really, shake him into reality.
I mean, I'll say that for him to have a mentor, it's kind of surprising. I mean, I think that most people are not aware of Usher being his mentor. They're all looking like he's just this wild kid out of control. He doesn't, where his parents, of course, his parents have been out partying with him. I think when he was arrested for drag racing, his dad was with him. I mean, I don't know. Does he win, the coolest parent in the world award? I don't think that any of the rest of us, if we had a DUI or anything else, the last person we'd probably go to are our parents, and it's pretty unlikely that they'd be the ones who are, out actually with us while we're breaking the law.
Well, the sad part is my dad would be. My dad does have a few run-ins for DUI. I would be the one bailing him out of jail right about now.
Oh, wow.
I'm the boring one.
Oh,
so is that your issue with Bieber? You think that you all have too much in common, maybe, from suffering from the cool dad factor?
I think so. And then having that money available, money changes a lot of people. That's their cash cow.
And when it comes to advice, like Letterman told him, he said that these wild parties that you keep having that are annoying all the neighbors, etc., or you being out inside of clubs acting a damn fool, basically, and being seen out in public picking up prostitutes, etc. He said, what you need to do is get yourself a great big house somewhere with a club inside so that you can, so it's all contained in your place and you're not, like, harassing your neighbors. And, of course, you know, rule of thumb is you probably shouldn't egg your neighbors when they, like, call the police. So he did that. He actually took Letterman's advice. I feel like Letterman's probably more of a father figure than Bieber might be. But then again, I think the police just came to his house like a couple times over the weekend. As for how good that advice was, I can't say, but I think that Usher should have possibly been around in his life, say, 14 incidents ago, you know, and about 2 or 3 years ago as well.
Well, just because we don't hear Usher speak out and just because we don't see Usher publicly saying anything, that doesn't mean that he's not really actually there for justice. Like you guys mentioned, over the past few months, you know, it's obviously that being young and being famous, it's a wild ride, obviously, from what I can see. I mean, even when you look at other young artists and young actors, it's the same thing. But with
Are we being too hard on him because he's, I mean, should he be excused because he's young? Or, I mean, is it too much to ask an adult to come and, you know, jack him up every so often and say, hey, you're making news more often for your public antics than your actual music? In fact, I don't think that any of us can name any music that he's released in a while. I don't know if he has, and I think his last album didn't sell anything, and he was booed when he tried stripping during Fashion Rocks.
Well, this is the thing. Actually, I really don't remember his last album, but Justin Bieber is equally adorned as he is disliked. He has all of these young girls and, you know, some guys who actually like him. And at the same time, he has this big amount of people who really just don't like him. So I personally feel like the people who don't like him is a bigger percentage than the actual fans he has. And because of that, he's always, like, he could do something good and it'll still end up being something negative because there's just a lot of people who genuinely don't like him for some ungodly reason. I
think there's a couple pretty good ones, and I just want to say that Bieber made $80 million last year. That's a pretty significant amount of money. So if he wants to do something, like, he already has his house, he's renting a 12,000 square foot house. Like, the average celebrity home is about half that size, not even half that size. But he's got the money to do it. So hey, if he's able to make all of that money, I have to give him that kind of credit. Now, to switch to another younger artist, the rapper Tyga. He recently decided to blast his label mates on Young Money, the label that Lil Wayne is on, that everyone assumes is his. It's not. He's just the biggest name on it. Tyga is it Tyga who's dating or allegedly dating the 17-year-old Kardashian Kendall
You better
Jenner?
throw allegedly in that sentence.
Yes. Kylie.
This is the spawn of Kris Jenner, and, you know, anything's possible.
Don't do it.
Woman.
Make it happen.
So are we being too, I mean, is it a problem for her as a 17-year-old to be seeing a 25-year-old? I mean, he's supposedly helping her career, quote unquote.
Well, we see how Usher helps Bieber, so I can only imagine where this will go. Mr. Make It Nasty.
Wait 1 minute. Look, listen. I personally don't think that Tyga and Kylie are dating. I think that he's doing exactly what he said. He's helping her with music. Granted, I don't know what there's going to be in music. I don't know if she's going to sing. I don't know if she's going to try her hand in rapping or DJing. But I think that the media is just jumping to conclusions.
Now, speaking of conclusions, let's look at some facts here. Have the Jenners ever been, have the Jenners and Kardashians ever been helped by black men before? Let's define how these black men are helping the Kardashians and the Jenners.
As a Kardashian fan, I don't like the way that this is going.
What did you
think? You know, I think they've helped them because they've made them who they are outside of Bruce Jenner. Listen, black people have carried
Bruce
the
needs
Kardashian
I think
family.
He needs, now that he's single, he needs a black woman to get his career on track and you know, to get his mojo together, just like his daughters and his wife. You know, his wife was just out spotted with a black man. I think that she wants to find out what all the fuss is that her daughters are having.
Well, listen, like I said, black men have been helping the Kardashian family since their dad was representing OJ. That's all I have to say.
It's true. But no, look, listen. Okay, granted, black men have been doing things for the Kardashians, but you have to remember that when the sex tape came out with Kim and Ray J, he did it for his benefit, but, you know, because Ray J is basically irrelevant. People are always going to see him as Brandy's little brother, and he's only going to be known for that one show, Moesha, where he also played Brandy's little brother. So, of course, he's trying to break out from that shell. And he thought that putting out a sex tape with this gorgeous unknown girl would boost his career, which he kind of did for a little bit. Remember, he had that little show on VH1 for like a season for the love of Ray J or something like that.
Yeah, a couple seasons.
What? Oh, it had more than one?
Yes, it
Goes
did.
to show you how much I watched. What you have to remember is that Kim didn't want that tape to come out. I remember him going on the Breakfast Club reading the messages of her begging him not to release that tape. But he did it, and what happened? She
made her
up,
a bigger star than
her
he is.
Family, she blew up, her family blew up. But, you know, you can't really blame Kim. Yes, she made money off of it. She built an empire, and she also brought in her family. But when people bring that up, like, oh, she made a sex tape, she got famous from a sex tape, it's the fact that she was fighting for it not to come out. And people overlook that, and I don't like that. I love the Kardashians. Granted, when Kim is by herself, she annoys me, and she's my least favorite, but I like them. And, yes, black men have been helping them. Black men help me, too. And there's nothing wrong with a little help from black men. That's my theory, and I'm sticking with it. Don't y'all worry about nothing.
Jesus.
Fix
it.
As I said in the beginning, how were these black men helping these Kardashians? But as for your help by black men, I don't think that we really need to cover that.
My granddaddy just bought me a car. He sure did. Yeah.
Nice save. Nice save. Now, it's something with Young Money. Now, as for the Kardashians, hey, they're making money. You know, they built an empire. You know, albeit based on some type of I don't know, sexual deviancy, whatever. That's just me being a prick. But another that I find just bizarre. I don't know what is going on in Young Money. Do they have a sane person signed to that label? Tyga's 25, Sing a 17-year-old. Can we say creep? Wiz Khalifa, who felt like breaking up from Ford model Amber Rose. I mean, has anyone seen her? She was envy of the industry. And to say, oh, I don't feel like being with her anymore. But
Well,
bullshit.
Well, firstly, Wiz isn't with Young Money. Wiz is with his own company. I mean, his own little label called Taylor Gang.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Awkward. Close enough. Now, what's with, okay, yeah, you caught me off guard. So, Wiz
back to Tyga.
No. What is going on with him? What is this? Like when he decides to do this divorce, what happened to him? What is this? Like the silver nails the silver nail polish he did in the last year. You get a divorce and you dye your hair purple. What is going on with him? Are these signs that we missed before? He had the Dalmatian fur coat that he did his last album cover in, I think it was, which, I mean, a little bit suspicious, but I mean, it kind of gave off a pimp vibe. But can either of you explain what you think is going on? I mean, did he have some inner urges or something that he's coming out with? Remember when he took a picture of his butt on Instagram in jeans and said "little booty"? I don't see any coming back there.
Attention. He's doing it for attention.
I haven't seen a straight man take a picture of his butt before. I am sorry.
Wiz is doing it for attention.
Well, then he needs medication for this attention.
Apparently,
I think he's jealous of his soon-to-be ex-wife's attention.
I think he's jealous of her booty, and he wanted to show that he had one himself.
I am looking up that picture currently because I just can't believe it. Oh.
Yes.
I mean, and it just popped right up.
I didn't believe it when I saw it. I think he's going to shave his head. I think that he's going to shave his head, and he's going to be driving around Los Angeles very soon.
And do you think
I'll tell you what, I don't like that purple hair.
Okay, looking like a wet dog. In that first picture that he had to delete after everyone said that he looked like a mutt.
Yeah, he's not very attractive to me.
He used to be.
Not even very attractive. He's just not attractive to me.
No, he's. I agree with Tygerlily. I'm sorry, Tion. You need to, you have better judgment of your desired help from black men.
Oh, man. Yeah, this purple hair is just not working for him at all.
Can you think of a reason? What is the reason for what reason would you do purple hair? I've been trying to think of some PR reason. I was like, maybe he's doing a single or a video about weed, and it could be a song called Purple or something. Like that would be a cool. And I don't know anything about this stuff, so I don't know what drug involves purple. I don't know. So, like, maybe it could be about that. It could be a themed video. But I can't wrap my head around that one. I feel like he has too many strikes on the gaydar against him here.
Yeah, I like Wiz that had the blonde striped afro before the dreads came in, and then the Wiz before the afro, so just the shaved head. I don't like him with dreads. His face is already too skinny. He looks like a dog in the face, like a Rottweiler or a Doberman or something. He's just not working out for me. I don't know why he would do it other than attention.
Now, I mean,
I think it. And the fact that he's trying to sell his album, which has quickly fell off the charts. It debuted well, but after that, it dropped tremendously. So, I mean, the only way I could think of him actually choosing to dye his hair is to sell that album and to get attention and to get people talking about him and to make them, if they talk about him, then they'd be like, oh, he got a new album out. Maybe I should go buy it.
Drugs basically are bad, okay?
Yeah, dare.
Yeah. Now, I think that I think that he can recover from his little booty gate, is what I shall call it, if Lil Wayne was able to recover from taking a picture, kissing another man in the mouth, and everyone act like that didn't happen.
Well, that picture just showed up last week. I believe it was on Complex. And, yeah, it said the photos that artists or celebrities wished would go away. Yeah,
did we
that
look
was
at this?
On there.
Wow. I didn't all the pictures, so I didn't really bother. But, explanation, please. And we're going to act as, it's been 10 or 12 years later, and everyone acts like it didn't happen. I mean, for such a gay bashing industry, I know all these years later, how did he get away with doing something like that? No other person
He made it cool.
I mean, no other nobody else in the hood could do something like that in front of their boys and then be able to walk around the next day and tell of it. But hey, I mean, it is what it is. In this week's segment of Rappers Gone Wild, did you all see Drake in the strip club last night?
No, I missed that.
Yeah, Drake
I saw
came,
that he had got into it with someone, but I didn't really get the full scope of that.
I don't even think everyone even knows, but, I mean, there's a bunch of little small videos circulating, but he was outside of our famous strip club here in D.C., Stadium nightclub, which, sidebar, I believe, I have it correct, that the strip club was actually financed by someone had a grant for HIV prevention, and the money was diverted to create a strip club. So in my opinion, nothing good will ever come out of that place. Hence, Drake's birthday going so terribly wrong. It's just a video of Drake storming into a strip club, pissed, shoving these big-ass security guards like twice his size, and just bombarding his way in there. Not really a reason for why he did it. Allegedly, he saw a friend of it. I don't know, someone on his team, OVO, got into it with somebody. He decides to bust in, try and help break it up. Threw some money in the air, what's his name on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Stevie J did. Threw some money in people's face to make them look stupid and stormed back out.
Well, Drake's birthday was on Friday. So he was actually at the club celebrating his birthday. I personally would like to know, because it's very rare that you see Drake angry. So for Drake to be angry, something serious must have happened for him to react the way that he did. In the industry, Drake is known as the sensitive guy, the cool, laid-back guy. You don't see him get mad. So for him to be upset, something major must have really happened. Not to mention, he's there to celebrate his birthday, and, everybody wants their birthday to be, good, and they want everything to go well on their birthday. So, it's his party. He can throw $100,000 if he wants to.
Well, they went and collected it back up.
I was just about to say,
Tygerlily,
go back and pick it up.
They did. They said someone from the crew went back
to go pick up the money.
I was just about to say that.
But Chris Brown and Rihanna weren't there because, he's fought in the club before, and it was over Rihanna. Yes. The whole bottle-throwing incident. So, who knows?
Rihanna was in Atlanta this weekend.
Yeah, he's probably mad that he didn't get a chance to go down there with her. But too bad I wasn't there. I wasn't there to witness that.
You should have been there to witness this. so I can get my
way. Maybe next time. No, hey, you mentioned Ray J and our other crazy rapper, Tyga. You know, Ray J told Tyga that he needed to stop effing around with little kids.
Really?
Yeah, yes, he did. He said that he needed to stop effing around with kids, and he said if you want to be with a Kardashian, get with them the right way.
Yes, he did say that.
Now, Ray J is of one-liners. I don't know if you all remember that one day Kim Kardashian tweeted like one line, and she said she tweeted something that she attempted to be profound, saying about doing things on your own and being known for your character or something like that. And Ray J just retweeted and added 3 letters, LOL, and that line was epic. Was retweeted until the ends of the earth. And, I mean, he read her in just 3 letters, and he changed his Twitter profile to say that he creates stars.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was his little
But, I mean, but that goes back to what I was saying earlier. Ray J's bitter. That's all I can actually say. He's bitter. He's mad at the fact
he's a girl.
He's mad at the fact that, again, he put that sex tape out for his benefit.
And why did you call Ray J a girl?
It didn't work out for him.
Too much?
Because girls
I
get
called
bitter.
him a girl. I think he's
that's what I'm
like
saying.
A girl.
Too much? Do elaborate on him being a girl?
I mean, if you guys, do you all watch Love and Hip Hop? I don't know if you watch it or not. He's crazy. He gets mad over the littlest things, and he throws these little tantrums like a 5-year-old. It's ridiculous. And he got mad because his assistant, she wanted to branch off on her own, and he's like, no, this is about me. That's basically what he's saying. And then what's with him and saying, like, F Tyrese? Like, where did Tyrese come from? This was in the same rant that he went on about Tyga the same day. I don't even understand where that came from. I mean, I'm not a Tyrese fan outside of his music because he says some things sometimes. I'm like, sit down somewhere. But really, where's Ray J coming from? He's like in everybody's business instead of minding his own.
Now, as for him being
he took
a
his
woman,
puppy hostage. Like, who does that?
I do have to co-sign that Ray J, remember he took that bathroom selfie that had like an enema on the on the bathroom sink. Does anyone remember that?
No.
That fleet
bathroom selfie with a fleet bottle on it.
That fleet.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Okay, that's your homework assignment for tonight, Tygerlily, to
I
Google Ray J and quote-unquote fleet bottle.
Okay, I am about to look that up now.
He was living alone at the time. I don't know if he was dating anybody, but that's a little weird. Don't know how I feel about that.
This is Ray J Fleet.
Do you know what fleet is? Do you know what fleet is?
I see it. Yeah, it's the I actually had to use Fleet before a surgery.
Oh God. Oh God.
He's holding the dog. Maybe the dog needed the Fleet.
Maybe.
He's holding a little Yorkie. I think he has some suppressed gay tendencies going on.
Well, he might take after Usher, who, if you all remember, he said in an interview that he does a, what was it called? A colon cleansing once a month. Yeah, I mean, that's...
Well, I know that didn't feel good.
Once a month.
Trust me, it doesn't.
What are you pleading for? Never mind.
I'm not speaking about for me. I was just told, from personal experiences, that it really doesn't feel good. I was backing you up with what you were saying. I was trying to make you feel good. You're welcome.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Married to Medicine is back on television. It's going to be back on, rather. They supposedly have been renewed for a third season. And the lead cast member, Miss Mariah Huck, is pregnant. She's pregnant with twins.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you all remember, but I believe that she had an agreement with her husband that she would only have another child if he would do something about that bush with a hole in it on top of his head. So he had his hair done. He had the hair plugs done, and now she is pregnant with twins. And being as though the Real Housewives of Atlanta will be on in a couple weeks, the beginning of November, I would say that Married to Medicine should be on late winter, probably early 2015. Is anyone else going to be tuning in with me for that? Please say yes.
Yes.
I don't know. I watched like a couple of episodes from the first season, but just only because my sister was really, really into it. And when I went to her house, she had like all of the episodes on DVR, and I sat down and I watched a couple with her. Honestly, me personally, I'm not really into reality shows these days. Like, I'm just not. I don't know what it is. I just can't really get into them anymore. Like, I even started watching Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I haven't watched this for about the past 2 weeks or so.
What are you watching on television? What else is there to watch these days other than reality television?
There's Modern Family. There's Blackish. There's my personal favorite, even though it scares the hell out of me, American Horror Story. Scandal.
Yes.
Scandal. How to Get Away with Murder. Yes.
Scandal.
Yes.
How to Get Away with Murder. I don't know how these days, Chandra Rhimes, the last episode I watched of Scandal, I just had it. I haven't looked in a couple weeks. You have 2 episodes. You have 2 shows back to back that you have written, both involving sex tapes. 2 hours of sex tapes is entirely too much. And in my opinion, Chandra Rhimes, she appears to be basically an obese woman a lascivious obese woman who is in need of batteries. I know that she came under criticism for there being too many gay scenes in her shows, which even I think that I could agree on. I mean, it's a lot, especially by having 2 shows back to back with sex tapes. That plus Kevin Terry, the gospel artist, with a sex tape. I don't know if that aired this week. I can't take looking at that. That's entirely too much. Those are words that should never be in the same sentence. Gospel artist and sex tape. No. On the Real Preachers of L.A. I mean, the tape came out, and I guess the only way that he can make some money for himself and have some form of a career is to do reality television. I mean, other than that, hey, I guess he's all washed up, but I'm going to leave him alone. Her shows are just very hyper sexualized. I don't know, and that Monica Lewinsky is coming back into mainstream again.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like my television viewing needs an enema. I need something a little less sex induced to look at, just for one day. Like all of those, there's like 4 sex tapes or 4 sex related things that have all came on television in like 7 days. That's a bit much. Maybe I'm just being a prude.
Well, listen, nothing beats Viola Davis's wig coming off and that makeup.
Girl.
I was not ready.
My body, my life. Girl, I wasn't ready. No lie. I'm sitting here close up at the TV because, you know, with the preview, they kept teasing these last 9 words, and I didn't want to miss them. So I'm close. You know how a kid is sitting down in Indian style right in front of the TV? Girl, I was standing right in front of the TV. When she took off that makeup and that wig, I said, ah! And my grandparents came in, and they were like, did you see a spider? I said, no. Viola Davis took off her wig. It was horrible.
It's like you got to take off one or the other. You can't do both on TV.
I wasn't ready. Girl, I had to come in the kitchen and get a Lamarita because it was just too much for me to handle.
In the words of Nene Leakes, you and your wig, get out of my life.
it needs to. It really needs to. But
it takes a lot. It takes a lot to be vulnerable on television. And
I heard it was her idea.
She did show a level of vulnerability in doing that. And I mean, as an actor, I think that was a good move on her behalf, or correction, a strong move on her behalf. I'm not going to say it was a good decision. I think that some things are just not ready for public consumption. And
I wasn't ready for that.
I did not see the episode, but the picture was floating around, and I know that's not fair because I'm judging based off not seeing the content of it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see the content or the context of why she took her wig off because I don't want to see her wig off. I don't think that should ever happen. Well, she looked great. You know, she was, this strong corporate woman on the show. All I could think of seeing that picture was The Color Purple was about 30-some years ago, and I'm seeing this picture, and I'm like, why is The Color Purple and Sealy all over Facebook?
Me and you will never part.
Like, what did Whoopi do? Why are people reading Whoopi all over again? And I realized, oh, my God, it's not The Color Purple. It's not Whoopi. Harpo's not beating anybody. It's Viola Davis on How to Get Away with It.
Me and you will never part.
And I'm mad because just a few weeks ago, maybe it was a few weeks ago, she got into bed with all that on. So now y'all done messed up the whole story because now she's sleeping in a wig. And so once she get mad, she like, well, the black is coming out of me now. So I'm going to just take the wig off and the makeup. And he acted like her husband, which is a white man, in the show. He just acted like, oh, I still love her and everything. And I'm just like, she just took that straight wig off of her head, and it looks like cotton is sitting up there. When she's mad and making this mean face, and I was not ready. I commend her for doing it, but I was just not ready for that. Because I feel like she should just be like that the whole show.
My whole elementary school education had flashed before my eyes just from seeing that picture.
He said the cotton gin.
Davis, I'm pretty sure that she made a ton of money for taking her wig off and being, and her and that little cotton ball on her head being a little cock to the side cotton ball being roasted. She made some money for it. And
yes, she did.
To talk about someone else making some money, Miss Jennifer Lopez is going off into Vegas. A lot of people are excited about that. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind, Jennifer Lopez, Vegas, she's an amazing performer. Why would that not be a good idea? She already got her plastic surgery and all out of the way. She got herself a new face in about the last 2 years. Her body's together. I mean, and she's supposed to be starting. I mean, she's in negotiations, but she's supposed to be starting soon. The only problem with that is how is she going to start soon when Britney is in Vegas? Britney just added 2 more years to her time. but
Queen.
To her time in Vegas. So
Queen.
What?
Queen.
What did you say?
Queen.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, of course, these performers don't perform every day. Of course, they take some, breaks in between. And Jennifer Lopez will be performing in between times of Britney. So I feel that it kind of takes away from the fanfare of her and the excitement of Jennifer Lopez going to Vegas, because she's just being a fill-in. She's just being a stand-in. Like, she's a substitute. When Britney's not performing, look, it's your second choice, Jennifer Lopez, until Britney comes back on stage next week. Am I being clear? Like, is a bad way of looking at it?
I actually agree. In fact, I was talking to a couple of people yesterday when I was out, and they were like, "Oh, well, your girl is going to Vegas. How do you feel about that?" And I didn't exactly say what you said, but I said, well, my girl is going to Vegas because my main girl is already there. And when my main girl isn't performing, then people can go see Jennifer, because I do like Jennifer Lopez. But I totally agree with what you're saying. I do think that people are going to be like, oh, well, Britney's not performing. Let's go see Jennifer. Jennifer's actually going to move, and she's going to actually give energy. So let's go see her. I don't think it's going to be successful, personally. However, going to Vegas and doing a residency seems to be the thing to do. Celine did it. Cher did it. Britney's doing it. Jennifer.
You know why she's doing her show now instead of waiting 2 years until after Britney finishes?
Why?
I mean, she's going to be like 50 by then.
Well, I mean, which is the perfect time for her to do
the warranties are going to wear off on all of her plastic surgery.
But isn't she 45 right now? I mean, to see a 50-year-old dancing
singing about
there.
booty.
Well,
yeah.
Cher is in her 70s, and
Cher does have a song saying "Big Big Booty." You got a big booty.
Yeah.
Have y'all not listened to Closer to the Truth? Y'all need to listen to Cher's Closer to the Truth album.
But have you seen Cher? I mean, she looks great.
She does look great. I love her.
Have you seen Cher twerk? I mean,
no, I haven't seen Cher twerk.
Okay, so it's a difference between these two.
I don't think that I want to see Cher twerk. I don't think I want to see Cher twerk. I don't think
you're being racist. Just for her to change genres, a little crossover. Why not? What the hell? Why not? Come on, Cher. She would gain some black fans.
No, well, Cher already has black fans.
Excuse me. But Jennifer Lopez is going to be making more than Britney.
She sure is.
Yes, but
maybe that's
she is, but she's not. She is, but she's not.
So per show, this is my opinion. She's being paid like $30-some thousand, almost $40,000 more per show than Britney. Britney's about $310,000 a show.
Not anymore.
Jennifer Lopez is being paid $350,000.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. What's the number?
Not anymore. Britney team was able to I cannot say this word, renegotiate her contract, and now Britney is going to make $1,000 less than Celine Dion.
Wow.
Really? Nene?
Really. Britney is going to make $1,000 less than Celine Dion. In fact, Britney's actual, I'm going to give them to you, Britney's actual new number, she's going to be making $1 million per week because of other things, but from Vegas alone, she's making $475,000 a show. So Celine Dion's making $4,076.
Okay, thank you for just completely ruining my point.
Sorry.
Okay, I mean, and so I think that Jennifer, which one is going to be doing more shows? I believe, it was Britney who's going to be doing more shows.
Britney's doing more shows. She's doing another 96.
Yeah, so, she's definitely going to be coming out on top, even though, her and she'll be coming out on top, making the most money, up there foot shuffling with her arthritis.
Don't do it.
Isn't that seriously what the problem is? That she has hasn't she said it's arthritis in her knees? That's her problem.
No, what happened was, sir, back in the great year of 2004, after Britney's wonderful album In the Zone was released, she was doing the video for Outrageous, a cult fan favorite. But during that video shoot, Britney suffered a knee injury. It was tragic. And ever since then, she's never been able to shake that tush the way that she used to. And we accept that. Get your facts together. Thank you. Don't do Britney. Not while I'm on here. Do it when I'm leaving. Talk about it when I'm not here to defend her. Yes.
Okay. Thank you for defending.
You're welcome.
Thank you for defending your icon.
Defending my fave.
Hey, I'm an for the record, I'm an equal opportunity beat-up person. I talk about everybody. Britney, I try and leave alone. Hey, we already had enough Britney fever driving around Los Angeles, changing lanes and switching wigs back in 2007. So I try not to go too hard on it.
Just like my grandma does. She did that yesterday on the way to a party.
But every now and then, just for old time's sake, you gotta pull out a little razor joke here and there. But I love Britney. I mean, come on. I mean, she is Britney. There is only one. But I wanted to thank everyone for coming on, for being on our panel today. Teon, thank you.
You're welcome. I enjoyed
and Tygerlily, thanks for being on.
No problem.
All right, and this concludes our podcast for the day. Make sure you tune in next time to popglitz.com.